Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Megan, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I am a little extra grody. I got off work and everything, so, just look. Look away! Just think of this as like a podcast thing. This will be a podcast episode. Just listen to it. You don't need to see the extra grodiness, okay? But if you want to, you do you. Anyway, it's super simple format, folks. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna try out food and/or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm gonna yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing that, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, if I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means that I got off work. Found some shit to review for you. That is not the case today exactly. But we'll get into that. But yes, I am, admittedly, I'm a little grody. I tried to get as cleaned up as I could after work. But we had a meeting we had to go to after, our actual work day got done. By the time everything was said and done, I was just too out of it, Normally I kind of scour myself as much as I can, but today it was more of a relaxed thing, but I think it's reasonable. But yeah, so what with the work thing and such, this is definitely an item that I got in relation to work, but not after work. I actually got this at work. What is it? Why did I get it at work? Well, folks, because boom, it's this! It is the authentic Fresh to You brand, handmade turkey and cheese sub sandwich. I got this in the break room at my work. My break room, they have this kiosk section and everything, and basically like a little tiny grocery store where they have freezer items and drinks and snacks and stuff, and they have sub sandwiches. And folks, if they have sub sandwiches, you know what this means. 3 things I have to go into. Number 1. I've been going now for over a year on sub sandwich adventures. What does that mean? That means that for over a year now, I've been hitting up basically every sub sandwich place that I can, whether it's chain locations, gas stations, proper Italian delis, whatever it is. If it's got a sub sandwich that I can buy and eat, I'm going to try to review it. Number 2, all of my sub sandwich adventures are in one convenient location, because I have a playlist that's called Subs for Subs, which is just my sub sandwich reviews. So if you do like my sub sandwich reviews, people seem to like them. That is the spot for them. I've got over 80 at the time I'm doing this, so there's plenty of content there. And number 3, folks, if it's still not enough content, all you need to do is wait until Sunday. Why? Because Sunday is SUBday. It's my kitschy little thing that I came up with. I'm proud of it. I'm not going to lie. But every Sunday I go over there, I upload my sub sandwich reviews. I don't upload them on Monday or Tuesday or anything. Only Sunday. Only Sunday. But I always try to upload. Typically you're going to get 2, sometimes 1, but But anyway, so this is a sub sandwich review. I actually did review another sub sandwich from this. It was their Italian sub sandwich. Go watch that review. So let's try out their take on turkey and cheese sub. Let's open it. Wow, whiff! Whiff! Whiff again! Can we go for 4 full whiffs? Yes, we can! Woo! That's totally... You saw that happen in real time, folks. I mean, not actually real time, but, Wow, that's lame. When you can't even get the packaging right, that doesn't bode well for the sandwich. Packaging should be the easy part. Alright, let's take a look at this sub sandwich. Again, this is just turkey and cheese. That is the most basic bitch sandwich. Look at it. Let's try to get a thing for the thumbnail, I guess. I don't know. I don't think there's a way to make this look particularly sexy. Ha 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 ha! Ha ha ha! Can we? Ha ha ha! Sure. Oh wait, it's got a thing. It's got mayo. Kraft mayo. I'm going to try without the mayo first. We'll go from there. I mean, it is what it says it is. It is a turkey and cheese sub sandwich. You get one tiny little piece of American-style cheese and some turkey. Okay. You really aren't getting much flavor from the cheese. And I know some people like to shit on American cheese. Fuck you. I'm sorry. Like, it's fine if you don't like it, but don't shit on it. I know it's barely cheese, and it's like, it's fine. Okay? It has its place. Okay? Not saying it's the best cheese, but for certain things, it is the best cheese, damn it. I like some American cheese. But this is really weak American cheese. Like, I'm not really getting much from it, if anything. Maybe it's given a little zest to the whole thing. The turkey is okay. The thing is, when you have like these pre-prepared sub sandwiches, I'm not expecting a lot. I understand. It's not going to be anything close to like a proper, freshly made sub sandwich. Fair enough. I'm going into this with reasonable expectations. But even by reasonable expectations, there isn't a lot to this. The turkey is definitely the most prominent taste, but that's not saying a lot overall. Now, one of the things that I took issue with the previous one that I did, the Italian sub sandwich, was their bread. And while I don't feel that this is as bad as that was, it ain't great. It is very just bread. And then, you say, well, Brandon, of course it is. It's bread. But no. Because proper sub bread is a wonderful thing. Like, if that is one thing that I have really learned from doing these sub sandwich adventures, because I think I kind of had the impression beforehand of, like, sub bread is, it's bread. And I'm not even talking about, like the roasted garlic breads and all the things, like all the fancy breads. Just proper, really good sub bread makes a sandwich, a really good sub sandwich, that much better. It's just bread. It's very dense. There's not a lot of flavor to it. It's very dry. Again, I don't think it's as bad as the Italian was. The Italian sub sandwich, man, that was like almost like chalky. It was not good. This is a little bit more reasonable. But it doesn't offer a lot of flavor. And you get a lot of it versus the amount of sandwich you're actually getting. So if anything, it just kind of deadens some of the flavor. But we're going to do the other one with the mayo. Because that's only fair. They gave me mayo. Put some mayo on it. I like mayo on a sub anyway. Mayo, mustard, both are good. Probably more of a mayo person, but mustard on a sub is good too. Kind of get it on there and sort of mush it around a little bit, sort of even it out. Because we're not particularly couth here on the sampler platter experience. We are just kind of rolling with it. All right. Now, look at that. That's like practically a Lunchable. Oh boy. And like this wasn't cheap, by the way. Like it you pay for those kiosk items. Usually I don't get stuff from the freezer unless it's a drink. I'll grab like a bag of Fritos or something. But this is one of those instances where it's like, okay, I'll for further review. Tastes the same, but with mayo. I mean, the mayo is a nice addition. It's craft mayo, so it's decent mayo. A little bit basic bitch, but, it's definitely a better sandwich with the mayo, in my opinion. It gives it a little extra zing. I mean, here's the thing. I could ramble on for hours upon hours about the intricacies of the lack of intricacies of this thing. Fundamentally, it's a little bit of turkey, one slice of American cheese on a fairly meh piece of bread. And if you put some mayo on it, it's kind of okay. Now, all that said, folks, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No and no. I mean, for one thing, to be fair, I think some of my coworkers actually watch my channel, so hey, if you do, take this as a little potential warning thing. There are better things in the kiosk, but again, man, you're better off just grabbing a snack. And if you're going to get something like this, I would say wait until you can get to even maybe like a 7-Eleven or a gas station. You're going to get better options, and it's going to be cheaper. Because again, this wasn't cheap, And, ideally, get yourself a real sub. This isn't a real sub. It's just it's a step up from a Lunchable. It's fine in that it's food. It's calories that hopefully my body will convert to energy instead of just fat. And that's fine. But beyond that, it is not offering anything else. There's not a lot of flavor to it. Has no personality. It's just not a particularly good sandwich. It's serviceable. But that is the best you could say. It's So, for all those reasons, I'm definitely not getting it again. And to anybody who, because again, maybe coworkers, or I imagine the company that we get this stuff from goes over there and, supplies other places. I get the appeal, especially the place that I work now, we didn't always have this. It used to just be vending machine stuff, which would get you by, but it was nice to finally have these options, and it's still nice to have those options. But for what you're paying for versus what you're getting with a lot of them, not all, I would just say pick and choose wisely, and for this, I would just leave this alone. Anyway, I've been hammered on for way too long. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, Spanish rest here. Folks, you go over there, have yourselves a truly proper sub sandwich-tastic rest of your life. Because, folks, if you need suggestions about sub sandwiches, I have an entire playlist for it. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world as now as possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Because you're going to do, folks, you're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me, I know it. I live and I'm out there with you in it. Squirrel! Hello, squirrel. I like the squirrel. Squirrels are one of my coworkers squirrels. And I'm like, what the fuck you got against squirrels? They're just squirrels. I've never looked at a squirrel once and shook my fist in rage. It's like, squirrel, hi, squirrel. Squirrel's totally checking me out. See? I get joy from the squirrel. Anyway, it's important we run into situations in our lives that are stressful, frustrating, lacking in squirrels. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully you do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I want you to go out and do. Don't hate on squirrels. Squirrels are squirrels. Again, it's squirrels are just squirrels. They're not even, I'm sure they probably could be a nuisance in certain regards, but it's I've had issues with raccoons. I've had issues with possums. I've had issues with deer. Squirrels have never once fucking bothered me. They're just, the only thing I could argue the point is maybe if they're running across the street, and you don't want to go over there and hit them. But that's about it. Other than that, squirrels are chill. I don't know why we never domesticated squirrels, man. Squirrels seem like they'd be cool pets, but then I don't know. I'm a hamster guy anyway, so. Anyway, or conversely, don't try to domesticate your local squirrels. I don't know that they'd be happy about it. Although I don't know that they wouldn't. I don't know. Bye.